Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Here, delighted to present the leaders from different cities in the United States. And here to present, we will start off with Denise. If Denise, you can tell us city and location, please, along with Liz, Caro, and Adriana. Welcome.
Hi, well, thank you for having us. I'm Denise Montalvan, and I am the Hispanic Star leader out of LA, and I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you. Liz,
Hi, I'm Lizbeth Ramirez. I'm from Chicago, and I'm the hub leader for here in Chicago.
Caro,
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Carolina Veira, and I'm the leader here in Miami. Sunny Miami, waiting for you guys.
Adriana,
Hi everyone, I'm Adriana Rozo, and I'm the New Jersey Hub leader.
these amazing ladies have united forces with Hispanic Star, and they have done incredible things in these cities from coast to coast. Along, we'll ask a question, and then y'all will answer just out of love and out of pure sensation, so our public and out there people that are listening to us can know what you all as hub leaders have done in your community. And we will get started with Denise in LA. How did you decide to join the organization of Hispanic Star and decide to raise your hand 7 months ago when we decided to have a national call for active leaders in the communities?
Well, I mean, I'll be very honest with you. My intentions were not to lead the hub. I knew I wanted to be part of it, and I knew I wanted to be involved, especially because Hispanic Star started going into action right when COVID was really hitting hard our communities. And as I was looking into joining Hispanic Star LA, I realized there is not a leader yet. So that's when I just decided, like, if I want to do something, and if I need to lead it, then I'll have to do it. I mean, look, I'm a mom of a 3-year-old. I have a full-time job. I have my own charity. But I thought, it's very important to take action to inspire others to help our community of LA, especially during COVID, that affected everybody so different and affected the cities very different. So it was just out of a moment of just realizing there's a need, there's a position, I need to step in. So that's how I ended up being the hub leader.
And that is amazing. And ultimately, that comes from having love for humanity and love to help others. And as we go through this panel, you'll see that all these hub leaders stepped up to the game, like Liz in Chicago, because Chicago people were so much in need. Liz, tell us a little bit of why you decided to step up the game and help the people in your Chicago community.
Yes. Well, Perla, you were key to me joining Hispanic Star, and I've said this since day one. I saw your Instagram. I saw what you were doing. There's a lot of organizations that can say, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, but no actionable things happen. I saw your Instagram with you providing food to the community, and I said, I want to do that, right? And I reached out and I said, how do I make it happen in Chicago? And your first response was, find $20,000. And I said, well, I'll get on it. And it was surprising the support from the community and the support that I've gotten from you in general to make this happen, to kick it off in Chicago. And somehow I ended up becoming, again, like Denise said, I didn't intend to be the full leader in Chicago, and here I am. But it started with seeing somebody else making this change in the community, and we have been able to impact about 9 communities in Chicago.
Thank you so much. And always leading by example, to share with other leaders that if they have a great position in their community and they're a voice of influence, you lead by example. As our friend Carolina has shown in Miami.
Yes, thank you, Perla. To answer your question, I think that for me, it was in the middle of COVID, and it was the need to do more, to really help the community, to help those struggling, because we all went through the same thing, right? We all went through, I don't want to say mental illness per se, but we all went through our moments of desperation and insecurity and fear of what was happening, because we didn't know what was happening in reality. So knowing that we had a purpose and that we could help others and that we can create partnerships and alliances and help others, I think that was key for me personally to step up and to say, hey, I'm here. In my case, I'm not gonna lie, I did want to specifically become the leader because I feel like we need more voices and we need more leaders and we need to help others by setting an example. So I was very, I don't want to say strategic about it, but I was very intentional about what I was about to do, and then connecting everybody and connecting more people. So for me, that's my story, and it's beautiful. All the results that we have, not only with our hub in particular here in Miami, but all across the U.S. and all the lives that we've touched. It's amazing what these partnerships can create.
Amazing job. In Miami, y'all are always blessed with year-round great weather. Unlike the freezing cold of New Jersey, jumping into with our friend from Adriana from New Jersey. Tell us a little bit of what you've done and how you impacted the community with the last shipment that you received of product from Procter & Gamble, uniting forces and making that connection with specific leaders in the community.
Thank you, Perla. And yeah, so it has been an amazing impact. I joined back in April. And so our first campaign was in May, and we decided to help the business, a small business, and pay a month of rent. So we were able to collect money to pay at 3 different small business an entire month of rent. So that was amazing. Then September, we did another one with the product that Procter & Gamble donate, and I make an incredible partnership with Evangel Church, the church that I attend to, and Metallics, that they help us also on the first campaign. So these 2 strategic partnerships allows to distribute 38 pallets of product around New Jersey, different because we went to different counties with this product, and it has been amazing. So it was great. And at the same time that the Denise, I was not looking to be a leader, but it was nobody in New Jersey. So I was like, okay, I will help at the beginning. And I'm here because the impact and how you feel just to be able to help somebody else is amazing.
Correct. It's that dose of joy when you're giving to others.
Exactly.
It's just an unimaginable, sense of love and joy that you feel that you can't compare to anything else. And, giving to the community, I tell hub leaders, get ready because it becomes addictive. One campaign after another, and you just want to give and give and give. And so, Liz, tell us a little bit of how you've made strategic connections with the elected officials in the city of Chicago.
Yeah, so, Perla, my background, it's been in community relations and politics. So I've been around in the community, not only in Chicago, but the suburbs for over 10 years, almost 12 years. So I've been able to use those partnerships and those relationships that I built over, 10 plus years now to be able to get parking lots, permits, to get them involved and get them to bring also volunteers. Because, in Chicago, when we started off, we didn't start off with a strong volunteer force. And now, of course, we have a huge volunteer force. But building those relationships, that I've had for over years that jumped in and to support. They believed in the cause and they jumped into support. We had elected officials, community organizations. We had businesses letting us use their parking lots for us to be able to host the events. So building relationships, I think is key to making these events, possible.
Correct. And this is why we have promoted the importance of Latino leaders in the community to join forces with Hispanic Star, because it's the point of let's activate the network. Why would you want a network if you don't put it to great use, right? And Denise, our hub leader in LA, has shown how she has put her network to amazing use, coming from a background of media and the amazing things that you have done in LA. Denise, give us an example of the importance of activating your network to benefit your community.
At the end of the day, you really just have to think that others are just thinking the exact same thing you're thinking. How do I do this? No one has the right answer for anything. So in here in LA, connecting with others was just sharing my concerns. How do I do this? reaching out to different partners or people that I've worked with. Like I know Lisbeth has leveraged her career for the hub. I've been able to leverage the connections I've made over time, everything from businesses to other nonprofits, and just posing that same question. I want to do this. How do we do it together? And just being open and hearing out their ideas as well. Like, again, no one has the right answer for everything, but that collaboration and the great minds think together. So instead of feeling I have a burden on my shoulders, it's been a big lesson for me because I've had to think about, I can't do this, but how can my partners do this? I can't be there staffing that event, but how can my partners be there? And I think I don't know if it's just a Latina DNA as well. Like, no, I'll handle it. Let me do it. I'll take it on. That we just want to do it all. But I've learned that I have to rely on others, rely on my partners, and it makes everybody want to keep going because the responsibility doesn't fall on one organization, one person, one group, but it's a collaboration. And I think that's why we've been able to successfully have these events and reach so many people in LA because of the connections. It's like Hispanic Star tentacles, right, in the community.
Yes, definitely. And it's true that when Hispanics unite, we are a force to be reckoned, and this is what we have proved through the hubs around the United States, and we have impacted over 300,000 families. Caro in Miami is a platform in a healthcare institution. She has proved how she has really turned the network to be able to support the Hispanic community in Miami. But not only that, added the farm workers to that. Tell us a little bit about that, Carolina.
Yes, so thank you, Perla. Exactly what you just said. It's about finding the way to connect everybody, finding a way to making sure that their contributions are valued. And I think that was key to us. You're correct. We've not only impacted farm workers and their families, obviously, but also our healthcare heroes who at this point with COVID, I feel like we're kind of forgetting about them a little bit and to cheer them on and to remind them how valuable their efforts are. So we're coordinating more efforts to help them. But yeah, it's connecting with companies, big corporations, not only like Procter & Gamble, but other corporations that are also taking a look and paying attention to what we're doing. And they all want to contribute. They all want to be part of the story. They all want to help. We just need to show them the way, basically, on how to do it. So I feel fortunate that here in Miami, we've impacted about 20,000 families combined, and not only with the products, not only with the food and everything that we've done so far, but we've also given opportunities for people to volunteer and given opportunities for people to really shine a light in their communities, and making sure that their voices are heard. So all in all, I feel like we've impacted millions of lives because every day people are looking at us and trying to be part of the change and become just like, Denise in LA and Liz in Chicago and Adriana in New Jersey, but and everybody else, right? Marty in Dallas. So it's that we're shining a light in what we can bring to the table, and that's beautiful. And not only impacting the lives that I've mentioned, but everyone in the U.S.
Thank you. You've done an amazing, incredible job in Miami. And jumping with a similar question, but more business oriented for Adriana, you have made a special connection with business entrepreneurs in New Jersey, as one of your first campaigns was to help pay people's rent when they were suffering because COVID struck hard, and these businesses, there was in-shelter restrictions, and these businesses didn't have money to pay their own rent. What did that connection mean for you?
It has been an amazing experience, to be honest. I'm not new on helping people. I am going to mission trips and everything else, but maybe because of the situation of COVID, this has been even more impactful. So in New Jersey was with New York, the first ones to close everything. We have beauty salons, we have restaurants, we have many other small business that were completely closed. However, they still have to pay the rent for the places. So I connect with the president of Metallics, and I also start asking for money, and we collect. And in New Jersey, the rents are not cheap. So, but we were able to pay the rent. And I remember especially one location because it's in Camden. And for the people that know New Jersey, Camden is a really affected area in New Jersey. So just going to there and find this beautiful place in the middle of all the issues that Camden is having, it was amazing. And she was so surprised because what we did is that we started asking, do you know any business that need it? And we asked for, because I didn't know them. So she didn't even know who gave her name. It was amazing. We went with a group of people. It's like an hour and a half from my house, almost 2 hours, but we drove over there just to give them the check and just the appreciation. And now she is an ambassador for New Jersey. So we are in the era of collaboration. And this is going to be the way that even business are going to work, I believe, is the era of collaboration, networking. And this is what it makes us strong, the collaboration, because one by one, we cannot do anything. But when we all collaborate, we can make amazing things. So the partnership of Metallics for that was amazing. And it was so nice. Everybody that participated, that went with us to the different business, were so happy. And since was our first campaign, that specific campaign motivate them to continue working with us. And that's what we are looking for the next year. We already start saying, okay, this is not just for 2020. Let's see what and how we can impact other lives in 2021.
And that is a great segue, Adriana. I loved what you said of this is the era of collaboration. And that's why, even though we have been meeting virtually, we have made such an impact around the country. Like, imagine if we can meet each other in person, it would be even bigger. And if we have proven to do this virtually and connecting over the phone and connecting over email, this is the power of dedication and passion to help your community. And this leads to my next question is, for those of us, that audience that is watching us, how do you create these partnerships? Like, how do you pick up the phone, right? And you say, I'm going to knock on that door. And, I'm going to bring this campaign. I'm uniting forces. I'm in Miami, for example, and I'm uniting forces with an organization out of New York. And I'm going to pick up the phone and I'm going to call an elected official. And I'm going to say, I'm coming in with this campaign and I want your support. That is the most difficult part that us as hub leaders go through, right? And me as a national hub director, I have been giving you all tips of how, we started this in South Texas, started in 2 small cities, and we ended up doing a 10-day tour in 21 cities. But that is the hardest part. And this is where we need more leaders to step up to the game and say, I could do this because I have the network, but how do I do it? Share these tips with us. And we'll get started with you, Liz. Like, give us 2 tips on how those beginning milestones, how do we lay the land to be able to activate that network, because this is the era of collaboration, as Adriana said.
So I think that, getting out of that fear of what are they going to say, right? The worst they can say is no. And then you just go and knock on the next door, and then the next door, and the next door. For me, the tip is that, maintain every relationship. First impressions are everything. Maintain every relationship, because you might not talk to that person for a year or 2 years, but you might need them in 2 years. Mm-hmm. And pick up the phone and say, hey, we met at this location, and maintain relationships. For me, I think that's been key. Maintain relationships, because you don't know when they can be helpful and when you want to cross that bridge again. So always, any relationship, whether it's a networking event, whether it's a project, an event, keep that relationship and be genuine, authentic when you maintain it, when you are speaking to that person, because then they'll be willing to come and help you and jump on board on like any crazy idea, because everyone thought I was crazy for doing this in Chicago the first time, and then now everybody thinks that it's possible, right? So just maintain relationships and keep them close to you.
Correct. Thank you so much. Denise, share us your 2-star tips to making this happen.
Sure. I think number one, be consistent. Consistency. I think a lot of people who lead in the cities, for example, that lead the Department of Social Good or helping the community, I think they're exhausted as well. I think that they get a lot of promises from companies and other organizations of help that don't fall through. So by us being consistent, say, look, I want to help. This is where we communicate. They see that we're approaching them with being very genuine and true, and that we're going to follow through. So just being consistent in communicating, like if, for example, what's helped for me is like if they have a question, answer it right away. Don't let them hanging for a week or two, right? Because then they think, oh, they're not being serious about this. So consistency has really worked in our hub. And the other thing is like, show them the goods. I mean, Procter & Gamble has blessed us with so many crates, right? And pallets of goods. When I have a call, when I finally get a call on Zoom with them, I'm here bragging like, oh, and we have Tide. Oh, and we have Spick and Span. And we have, Febreze. And we have shampoos. And we have deodorants. And I'm here showing it off so that they see that it's real. Procter & Gamble has given us the tools that we need to show them that not only are we consistent, but this is real and it's to last for a while.
Indeed, those are, we have the resources, like you say, show them the goods, because it has taken us 7 months to bless over 300,000 families around the country with amazing hub leaders with you all. But without our partners that come to the table with Hispanic Star, that wouldn't have been possible. Caro, in Miami, share us your tips of wisdom to igniting your network and making sure that these campaigns get started. How do you start that? How do you kick that off to those people that want to become?
Well, Perla, to me, it's important to lead with passion. Everybody can see it, everybody can feel it. You have to be passionate about your project, your people, your community. So I think we, as Hispanic Stars and as Hispanics, we all share that same passion, the same values. So that's the easy part, right? But also, like somebody mentioned, it's about making sure that those within your hub also they feel empowered to do things, to send the email, to create the press release, to reach out to their friends and family. So that's also part of what we do. We're kind of, sometimes I feel like I'm the cheerleader of my hub, but it's real, right? I mean, I have to tell them, yes, you can. And yes, you can jump on that webinar and lead the webinar and be the face and be the voice, because we all can. We all have the tools. We all have the talents. We all have a voice. It's about taking action. It's about doing it. And it's about you encouraging others to also step up to the plate and to do it and to make the connections. So in my case also, it's not being afraid of making that call of yes, establishing the relationship, maintaining the relationship, but also making sure that they know that I'm there to serve. I'm there to help them in any way, shape, or form that I can. That I'm there to share my talents with them, and that I'm expecting the same thing, not only from my ambassadors, not only from my teams, not only from those around me, but the elected officials that now we know because of the Hispanic Star and because of all the initiatives. The other organizations, your ambassadors also own small businesses or medium-sized businesses or belong to a Fortune 500, Fortune 100 company. Use those resources, use those connections, and just make sure that they know that what we're doing is true, is happening, and is impacting all the lives. So many lives. So that will be my advice.
Definitely. La unión hace la fuerza. And we're a true testament of that. I say it all the time. Adriana, take us to your over there in New Jersey, what have been, your key factors that you've used to make these connections to benefit your community?
Yeah, I think that what Caro say is definitely have passion, because the other people can feel it. But to me, many people wants to help and they don't know how. Or companies, they're used to, send a check and that's it. That's my participation. I signed the check and it's here. But when you invite those presents, because that's what we did with Metallic, she went with us to Camden, 2 hours from here. And she was the one giving the money to the person there. I did an interview with her after that, and she was like, I've been giving checks for charities for many years, but this is different because I see it through. I went to the place. I see what happened. So I think that when you make them participate on what you are doing, not only give you the money or not only give you the connections or whatever it is, but when they can participate, when you help them to find ways that they can help, I think that that's definitely what is making the difference. So yeah, to me, the two things is passion, because that you can show it, they can feel it. And second, make them participate. That definitely it changed the game.
Totally. And this is why, audience, those of you that are watching, that's why I've chosen every corner as far as we can from the United States to show you that we have from coast to coast, Denise in LA, Liz in Chicago, Adriana in New Jersey, my Caro in Miami, and me in Houston. And we have all made it happen because of the passion that we have to help our community. And when leaders come together, you activate your network, you have a passion to help your gente, your raza, your gente hispana that needs you, it just becomes an explosion of joy and love and Hispanics. And that is our mission. In Hispanic Star, our mission is for Hispanics to be heard, seen, and valued. Those of you that have a network and that have passion, unite with us. We need you as part of our hubs. We want to help close to 2 million people in 2021, and it's your time to unite with us. If you need help, reach out to Hispanic Star, because we will find the closest hub to also give you help. And with this time left, I'm going to go through one of these amazing ladies, and I'm going to leave you all with that heart message for our audience of what you want the audience to know from you as a hub leader in your city, as a Latino leader in your community. And we'll kick it off with you, Caro, in Miami.
All I have to say is join us. We need more voices to be prouder and louder, and we need your voice to make a bigger impact. We're waiting for you. We're ready. We can take it. Just join us.
Amen. Liz in Chicago, tell us.
Super cold. Be the change you want to see, right? We can all say we want to help, but jump in and join us to help make the change.
Beautiful. Denise in LA.
I would add to just lead by example. You want to see the change, be the change. You get out of your comfort zone. Don't be afraid of just asking or even just trying it out once. Once you do it, you'll fall in love and not want to leave us. Don't leave us.
Yes, we become addictive. It's the joy addiction. Adriana.
Okay, I'm going to give a complete different perspective. Get involved, because this friendship empower you. It's not only what you're doing for the community, but all the things that you get from this group. And also, we all have the excuse of time. We all are busy. I'm also a mom. I'm also have my full-time job, and I have other activities. But you always can make some time if you want. So make the time, get involved, and you will get amazing results for yourself while you are helping the community.
Definitely get involved, have passion, and lead by example. This is what we all share in common. Once you unite with Hispanic Star, you will be able to use our network as a trampoline to benefit your community. We're waiting for you all. You unite with us as a local leader. We're ready for you. And if you need our help to support in your education, in food assistance, and anything you need, also feel free to reach for us, because we are here to make a change and we are here to unite Hispanics as one. And that is what we are here to do in Hispanic Star, being led by example of our founder, Claudia Romo Edelman. With nothing more to say, thank you so much, ladies. I give you all my love and joy. Un fuerte abrazo. Muchas gracias. Las quiero de todo corazón, and let's continue sharing love and making change. Gracias.